When she was born, her mom bit her tail. This kidding is killing me. Sorry, little kids. Oh, a little brown baby. Save the best for last. Come on, Fern. Good morning. So I brought my little orphans out here this morning. Yeah, they're like 36 hours old. I think they were definitely early. They're getting there. I've got the paint colored one drinking pretty good out of a bottle. The white ones started suckling, but really Max can only drink an ounce, so I'm still tubing her. But I'm seeing progress. We'll get there. Are you getting out and about, buddy? So, like, he's been practicing walking in the house. I've had them in the house with me. This is the first time they're out in the barn. So, I don't know if you can see it. I'll show it later. Their feet are all, instead of them being like, you know, up on them like this, they're like this, and they're like walking on their dew claws. Yeah, they're getting better. Like, you can see it a little better on this one. They're all like splayed out. I have had ones like that before that I think, and they've also been dopey, like born early, and I'm pretty sure my C-section kids were like that last year. I do think these kids were early. Look, you guys look alike. You're not related though. Are you gonna make friends? I mean, they couldn't even stand up 24 hours ago by themselves. So this is huge, huge. I can't believe you're running. You're really getting around. Good job. You don't have any friends out here though. Wow, that's unbelievable. Like last night, they were just barely standing good. That's super impressive. You've got a ways to go. Good job. Helpers. Are you helping? You want that orphan in the corner? It's not yours, but if you only have one, you can have it. I will give it to you. I think she's gonna have two, but if she has one or has one born dead, I'm gonna give her that orphan. She's got her eye on him already. You want him. Yeah, you can have it. In fact, that's my plan. Hey. Yeah. don't have that many left to kid. I'm gonna just take one of these pens down. I'll leave this little corner pen up, and then I do have that one over there if I need it. And that'll just free up a little bit of bunk space. Watch out, little baby. So this poor little girl, I don't know if I showed you or not. When she was born, her mom like bit her tail. I've never had that happen. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. It's oozing and like that skin is becoming necrotic. So I irrigated it last night and washed it real good. I don't want to keep irrigating it and getting it wet, but I'm just kind of gonna gently squeeze the yuck off of it and then apply some more betadine to it. The vet is coming. Actually, that would be this coming Saturday. So I will have her just take a look at it. She said there's a chance that those bones might need to be amputated. See, I wonder if I should just cut some of this off. There's some necrotic skin just hanging there, and I think it would probably be better just not there. There. That's not doing anything for you anyway. Probably will feel better not like flapping around, huh? It really does not seem to bother her, but obviously we don't want that infection to go up, and that bone is showing, so if the vet has to amputate it, she can probably do that. Not really sure what that entails, but I'll let her do that because it sounds disgusting. This kidding is killing me. It's a smaller group. They are so spread out. I have all these like little special needs things to deal with that I don't normally. I mean, I don't know, for the amount of does that kidded, I have an awful lot of needy patients and all these tiny little things that are just taking up so much of my time every single day. I've literally gotten nothing done around here. Well, nothing that I would like to have gotten done in like 2 weeks. Ah. So it's that doe right there that's been vocalizing. Oh, are you even? Maybe you're gonna kid sooner than I thought. So I'm thinking that's what's gonna happen. That went quick, I almost missed it. Sorry, little kids. Oh, a little brown baby. All right, I'll be back. All right, I'm gonna let her dry that off. I'd like to say leave her alone, but you did choose to kid like on top of the pile of kids that are sleeping there. Maybe I should convince you to leave down a little. Here we go. Just go a little further. There you go. All the kids lay here.
Where are you going? Where are you going? Is this a girl? Did you give me a girl? Oh, a buck, of course. How'd I know?
So normally does don't care about other does' kids, especially since these guys have all kidded. Like they usually only try to steal when they're ready to give birth. And this one and this one over here, they keep coming over here trying to lick her kid. I don't know what their deal is. Okay, well she slid that out in a half a second. I didn't even have time to get my camera on.
You look black, huh? Well, so much for giving that other kid to this one.
I moved her into the pen, turned around to grab my camera, and she started pushing. And by the time I hit the button to turn my camera on, it was out already. So that brown one already nursed like really good in the last 5 minutes here. So we'll come back and check on them. I can't believe she'd have triplets as a maiden doe, but well, they're doing well. Both up nursing, doing a good job. I was really hoping that I could give that little orphan to her, but she had twins, which I figured she would, but good morning. I need to vaccinate some of these does. Currently, the only thing we vaccinate for here is CD&T, which is a clostridial vaccine, tetanus, and then types C and D. And we have had a clean herd for everything else and haven't had a need to vaccinate. So if you remember back in January, Poppy had one that had been dead a long time, one that was like full term and just died, and then one that was born alive but was pretty weak. And she did have the whole group, I think at like 142 days or something like that. So a little early. And that could be just something happened, one died, it was getting yucky, her body said, get these all out. I mean, who knows? Or there can be other things that cause abortions that caused her to do that. So I took a placenta sample and I put it in the freezer. Now her placenta looked fine. Then at the beginning of this current kidding group, within those first couple ones, I had one kid born dead. I had one of those twins that was real floppy and dopey. And then that one was doing really well and just took a nosedive and died. I did have one that was very tiny and kind of weak, but she pulled through and she was fine. And because that all happened, like, I think that was in the first like day and a half of kidding, I started to kind of suspect, you know, oh gosh, are we looking at an abortion storm here? And I talked it over with my vet and she said, Angela, I would just start a protocol for chlamydia just to be safe. Because it was just the first couple of the kidding, by the time I started thinking about it, I had lost track of placentas and whose were whose. I know they looked okay because I do collect every placenta and I don't let them just lay in the pen. So I do get a look at them. They all seemed normal, but I didn't know whose was whose by the time I thought about this a little more and talked about my vet. So I didn't collect any samples to send in. So all we have is that one in the freezer from January. And I don't want to just send in one. If I'm going to send in a group, I want a representative group of what I'm seeing. So we're going to hold on to that one. And I'm going to vaccinate this next breeding group. So I'm pushing this breeding back a month now, which I finally had a schedule planned out and scheduled everything exactly the way I want it for the next couple of years to get to my ideal schedule. And of course, this is going to put a big crimp in those plans. These guys are being like really obnoxious. Hi, I love you too. Okay. I already have these does that are pregnant. They're not far enough along to preg check. So I don't know who's open and who's pregnant. If we do have something going on in the herd, there's a good chance they're all unprotected and it's really too late to vaccinate for any protection. So seeing how that group pans out will tell me a lot more, and hopefully it's nothing. Hopefully I just had a few that happened to die that seemed like it could be chlamydial, but we'll see. The next kidding group could be a total disaster and it could be just fine. Peanut. We will continue to test so I know for sure. And in all likelihood, I want to close the herd, but depending on how the next couple kiddings go and what I get to save for bucks and breeding stock, I may or may not be able to do that because I only have so much genetics to work with. That's why I seem to have a ridiculous amount of bucks for the amount of does I have, is because my goal was to try to get a bunch of different combinations so I really could truly close the herd for a lot of years. But we're not there yet. This next breeding group is unprotected and we're just gonna have to see how it goes. It might be fine, it might be a disaster, I don't know. Save the best for last. Guns over there. Come on, Fern. What are you doing? Come on, Fern. We gotta go. We gotta get over here. I hate having to catch them like that because that is not low stress handling, but all right, that's at least one job done. Hey, Cobalt, when are you gonna have your kid?